Alrighty, so this is our next spotlight interview. We have Nic Jones, a 6 foot, 185-pound cornerback from Ball State, who recently participated at the Shrine Bowl. He joins us today to talk about his preparation for the draft. How are you today, Nick?
I'm doing good.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear.
Introducing Nic Jones. Talk a little bit about yourself, your background, where you grew up, and your football journey to this point.
Grew up on the west side of Detroit. Went to high school in Southfield. Kind of was just a regular kid, played freshman, JV, varsity, all that. Got my shot. Took my chances where I had it. Went back. Ball State. Won the championship. I guess I kind of did my thing, and now I'm getting a shot at the league. So, yeah, did 4 years there, and I was gone.
Good, good. You played in the East-West Shrine Bowl and made the most of your opportunities, to say the least. After being one of the standouts all week in practice, you followed it up with a couple pass breakups and a pick in the game. What does it feel like to be surrounded by NFL talent all week? And did you personally feel that you did enough to stick out?
I definitely, I enjoyed it just because I always like to kind of test myself, against, I guess you can call it higher levels competition and everything. Because I know how people look at, the conference that I played in. So I feel like this is the best as it gets, this in the Senior Bowl. And how I fare against these guys, in my mind at least, should show a lot to evaluators at the next level about what I can do.
Alrighty, what would you say is tougher when preparing for a week like the one you just had? Like the mental aspect of the game or the physical aspect of it?
Definitely the mental. I don't think the physical ever really changes. Like going well, it will obviously going from college to the league, but you know yourself, you kind of know what you can do and can't do. The mental though, is just more you preparing for the moment, preparing for the stage. You're in a new scheme, new setting, new environment, new everything. So your mind is all over the place. You gotta kind of keep it tunnel vision. I guess you just gotta say lock in on what's in front of you because there's so many things happening at once. Interviews, practices, new coaches, all of that. So definitely, I think more than mental.
Yeah, it's definitely like a new. I bet you it's like a new experience, new process. What does your mental preparation look like? How do you get into that zone and lock in before a game?
I say music. When we were at school, music while I study my notes, just to make everything get a last little refresher before I get into it. But really, just music, envisioning myself making the plays, before I go out there and do it. Just trying to envision success the whole time.
What would you say is like your go-to music?
Before a game, ESTG, he get me in that mode. ESTG, a whole bunch of Detroit stuff like Babyface Ray, Easy, a lot of those guys. Sometimes, like the game is later. I'll probably listen to like R&B because I don't want to be intense the whole day. Because it'll be, I wouldn't even say like R&B. It'll be like soul music, like old music, like 60, 70 stuff. Because I'm not trying to be, what I'm saying, like on edge from the time I wake up to the game. So I'm kind of trying to wait,
You
trying to
got
stay as relaxed as possible.
Yeah, you got to find that balance. That balance is important, even in your pregame prep. So yeah, this is Nic Jones, the Ball State standout corner, joining us fresh off the trip to the Shrine Bowl. Nick, when you were in Vegas, did you have a like I'm really here moment, or like oh wow, like I made it? Did you have that feeling, or did it feel like another game to you?
When I first got off the plane, it was probably like I'm really in Las Vegas for a football game. You know what I'm saying? Like it kind of hit me there, just because where I come from is like small teams everywhere. Like there is no like big team. Regular league wasn't like a travel team doing all that. Regular high school, we wasn't a nationally ranked team. We was just playing. It was a tough league, playing school in our area. And I went to a MAC school after that, so like I never really had like a big stage to play on. Like people don't ever consider that big stage. So this was kind of cool for me to be like, all right, well, I guess I'm coming up a little bit. It definitely was cool.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about your career at Ball State. Coming out of high school, what was the recruitment process like for you?
It was quick. So Ball State was my first offer after my junior year, and I didn't do the whole summer camp or tour circuit, none of that stuff like most kids. Too time consuming, couldn't afford it. My mom was kind of just like, you got your first one for free. They came to see us, so whoever gonna else come to see us, that's who we gonna pick from. So kind of just had the mindset if they want me to come get me, I got a couple more match weeks after that. I committed to Ball State to lock my spot in before the summer started just because I know a lot of kids visit camps and all that stuff and pick up stuff. So I locked my spot in the summer, and I really just stuck with them through the whole year. I liked the structure and stuff that they had. I didn't really see the point of flipping anywhere else. Bigger schools kind of came around for a signing day, but I was just happy. You know, I was just so content about where I was heading, where I was going. I was cool.
Do you have a favorite moment during your career at Ball State, or a game that or play that kind of stuck out to you?
Favorite moment definitely was winning the MAC championship. That's by far my favorite moment. It was my sophomore year. It was during COVID and nobody was there, but it was cool. We got to go play at Ford Field. You know, I went back home. Never won a championship in my life, so we won a championship. That was probably the greatest football moment I ever experienced.
That's awesome. That's really cool. Now, I actually want to take you back to that COVID year. There's one game in particular at Ball State during 2020 that I wanted to touch base on. Were you there for that game against Western Michigan?
I was there, and we won that game. That we won on that play. Actually, they like 2 forward passes on that play and blocked the guy in the back or something like that. I just know like they got called for a couple forward passes, and then thought we fell on the ball, and yeah, that happened. It was crazy. People still ask me about that play all the time. Like people think we lost the game because they think they scored a touchdown.
Right. The broadcast actually shut off in the middle of the game, so people were just left wondering like what happened. And people forget that game actually ended, and I felt like this was a moment that got lost in time.
People think we lost. Like it's the funniest thing ever. People be like, "Man, what was y'all thinking when dude scored?" I'm like, he didn't score, but it's funny though. It's definitely funny.
Were you rushing the field? Were you on that side, or were you on special teams for that play?
And then so we had our prevent in, and we just had like all pretty much safeties. It was like our one defense, and we put like 2 more safeties in, just guys to stand back deep and stuff like that. So cause I came out like to play with like we was in nickel or something like before the night came out. Put the prevent team in, you know, because we thinking Hail Mary, lateral, all that stuff. And so he fell on the ball. I still on the field. I didn't even have a helmet on when I ran on the field. Like it was yeah. We had guys doing backflips. Like it was really crazy. It definitely was crazy.
Like, did you know what game I'm talking about, right? Where
I remember watching it. Like
I saw it live, and I'm like, what happened? The game it got cut off.
It's that Maction, dude.
The Maction don't stop.
The Maction don't stop.
That's just that football, to say the least. I'm telling you.
Yeah. In previous interviews, you said you try to model your game off of Saints cornerback Marshawn Lattimore. Is there a specific aspect of his play style that sticks out to you that you try to implement in yours?
This is aggressiveness. Like he's real footy. I like to play in space, you know, matching mirror guys. He lives at the line of scrimmage, and like he's not like, you know, beating guys up, putting his hands on a bunch of guys. Like he's not a big corner, but he plays way bigger than his size. So I like to think that I kind of mirror his game a little bit.
Definitely. You definitely see, like you said, that mirroring in your tape compared to his. And you kind of have a similar frame, you're lankier, and you have that reach that he can kind of do the same. You recently invited to the NFL Combine, so first and foremost, congratulations about that. That is huge. We're going to be watching you in March. Where were you when you found out you got an invitation, and what was going through your head in that moment?
So I had just got to Vegas. It was like my second day in Vegas, and that was when the second wave of invites were going out. So the whole time I'm thinking like, all right, well tomorrow I should get mine. They go out tonight or tomorrow, whatever it was, because I think like. I literally talked to my agent the week before. He was like, the last wave goes out on Thursday. So I'm like, all right, bet. Thursday morning, I should be, you know, expecting something because I just assumed I was getting one. We talked about it. They were pretty confident I was going to get one. I was actually eating breakfast with my roommate at the East-West game, sitting right next to him, and I got the email, and it popped up on my phone. That was surreal to me. Just I'm like, man, you know, that first wave went out, all the, you know, the most eligible seniors, they got theirs and stuff. And I'm like, all right. So it's like my agent, I'm stressed over. He was like, yeah, well, you know, you a junior and stuff, technically. So you wouldn't be able to get it in anyway. So you just got to wait it out. But the wait it out process was terrible because you see guys like accepting invites and all that other stuff and all the days leading up to that. So I was just kept my fingers crossed, I guess. But yeah, it came through like my second day in Vegas while I was eating breakfast.
That's great.
Yeah. What do you gain? What do you hope to gain out of your trip to the NFL Combine?
Just to further cement myself, as one of the better corners in this draft. I kind of, guys, they got their mind made up about people that play in the conference I play in, or some people have put limits on my ability, whether it be physical, whether it be my game, whatever it is. And I'm just excited to, show people exactly what level I can perform at physically, mentally, everything.
Is there or what is a potential NFL team getting out of Nic Jones?
It's a tough corner. I'm versatile. I can play literally anywhere in the back end. A guy that does whatever job you ask me to do, no matter how big, how small. I'm a special teams contributor. I've been a nickel. I've been a CB1. Follows the best guy. It don't matter. You just get the guy that can do whatever you ask.
All right. Good. I do want to ask you a couple, just one or two quick questions about your play style. I mean, you said you craft your game a little bit after Marshawn Lattimore. I mean, what would be like an ideal defensive scheme fit? Like, what would be like your favorite or like your favorite scheme fit to potentially play in, or something that you have played in?
Just a ton of man. One high is cool. I definitely want to play like some man under, just because you can get a little more aggressive there. You can bait a little more out of that stuff, just because like I've never really played with a ton of help. We kind of just play man in my school. You got your post safety. Everything else you got to roll. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of on you. So for cover zero, we was cover zero or one high. We was letting it go. So I definitely still like one high just to go out there and cover guys. That's always going to be ideal for me. I'm on the corner. But I definitely want to do more man under stuff. You just get so much more aggressive there, get more chances, get your eyes around on the ball and everything. So man is good for me, but any way you want to mix it up, I guess that's ideal.
Yeah, and you said that you would be open to playing anything like on the back end. So say realistically or hypothetically, if like an NFL team reached out to you and asked like, hey, would you be able to move to safety or like as a nickel cornerback, do you think you would be able to make that adjustment and excel to the best of your ability?
Oh yeah, easy. I play those just as well as I play corner, honestly. Like I played nickel. I probably played nickel for as many years as I played corner, because I did my first 2 years as a nickel. My first year I ever played corner, I was in the slot. I actually enjoy nickel. I'm not gonna say more, but I like it just as much as being on the outside, just because it's different aspects to it, make it fun. As opposed to outside, it's not really anything more satisfying than just covering it with a full play. Making plays one-on-one and one-on-ones. But on the inside, it's a lot more stuff that goes to it. I'm a good communicator, so I definitely can see myself playing safety. I see that as like, if I don't play it right away, or if I don't go on the slot right away on the tail end, how guys they save some of their years. The corners moving back to safety, I can see myself doing that too.
All right. Well, I think that's everything we have. Do you have anything else to add? Or
No, I just want to say thank you, Nick, for coming on, making some time out of your busy schedule. This is huge. I mean, you're preparing for the draft. You got the combine coming up. We're rooting for you. We're excited for you, and we hope this can this partnership can continue as you make it into the league, and we hope to document you later on into the season.
I appreciate that. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I appreciate you having on, man. Hopefully, these next couple months are very well for you, and hopefully it's an easy process, and hopefully everything works out for you, man. We're all rooting for you, as Nico said.
Man, thank you. I appreciate it, man. Thanks.
Of course. But yeah, that's everything we got. If you have anything else to add, just add it real quick. But yeah, thank you for coming on.
Man, no problem. Nah, that's it for me. I'm good.
All right.
We're rooting for you, Nick. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate it.